How many of you have actually lived in a house that has activity, first and foremost? All right, good, good. For me, it started when I had my earliest childhood memories. I mean, I was probably 2 or 3 and terrified of going into the basement of my house. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you're investigators, you will often hear that the basement of the house is always the creepiest spot. For me, I kind of took it as a fact, especially as I got a little older in life, that clearly my family hated me because that was where she stored all my toys. So, here I am, 6, 7, even 8 years old, still needing to go down into the basement to whether do laundry or get something out, and needed someone to accompany me because I could not walk down the basement by myself. A little bit later, I was able to go down, reluctantly, and I started noticing between the hot water heater and the furnace of my house, there was always a cold spot. While I'm there, I have the distinct feeling someone is watching me. Move forward a little bit further, when I'm 13 years old, this is the first time this happens. 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, I have to get up and take a piss. Open my bedroom door, and what do I see? A tall, thin, bald apparition standing in the hallway between me and my bathroom. I didn't have to piss then, I didn't have to after that. But after seeing the guy bald standing in my hallway give me the, creeps, I noticed him walking past my bedroom door. Counted a couple times, tried to ignore it, started thinking what my mother was a hippie in the 60s. I don't know what else she did, but I'm obviously getting flashbacks. So, 17 years old, still seeing this guy in the corner of my eye, still not from anybody. I don't know how it is with you guys, if you've had experiences, if you felt comfortable or confident enough to reach out and talk to somebody about what your experiences were. For me at 17, I'm like, nope, they'll think I'm fucking crazy and they're gonna lock me away. So my mom comes out of the hospital and I'm still a little bit reluctant to explain what had been going on. I felt better. I'm good. I see the guy walking by the door, I just wave at him and say, hey, what's up? So one day she's having a good day and we're playing cards and I look at her and I said, I really need to tell you something. And I really want you to hear me. Don't stop me. She had this look like I was about to come out of the closet or about to tell her that I just knocked somebody up. I told her, no, it's not that. I said, I've been seeing this tall, thin, bald guy walking through our house and I have been seeing him for a better part of a decade. And I found out that he killed himself in the basement of his house a long time ago. Well, my mom took a big drag on her cigarette, puffed it out, gave me this Clint Eastwood squint eye look at me and said, oh, thank God you see him too. When I started reenacting, I was told to go out, find this guy to Little Round Chop, or no, sorry, Devil's Den, or Bloody Angle, some of these places, and just stand out there and you'll see a ghost, you'll hear a ghost, all this stuff. I'm like, oh, sure, okay. Going out there, sitting out there from mid-afternoon until the sun was starting to go down, seen no ghosts, heard no ghosts, felt like a total ass. Started to leave the battlefield by way of walking around Little Round Top and back towards Devil's Den, and it happened. It's now dusk. I've now spent a couple hours looking for a ghost that I never found, and I'm walking, and the woman that I was with kind of just stops, puts her hand on my chest. And I'm like, what? And she starts pointing like this. And I look over, and I see what looks like a Union officer on the other side of Plum Run. Now at the time, Gettysburg had not done the whole deforesting of the battlefield, so it was still very brushy, it was still very dank, and my first thought was, why would someone who spent a couple $1,000s on uniform and leather boots be sitting there on a rock with his feet in the water? And I said, but in my mind it was a reenactor. And I said, it's a reenactor. She goes, I don't think so. So, get a little closer to the run. I was about to ask him what the hell he was doing, because I was curious. And I noticed that as I got closer, I can still see him sitting there. I can see the double-breasted suit, the buttons on his suit. But then I noticed that I can also see right through him. I was like, yeah, fuck that, that's it, let's go. We go to the car, and my mind is still racing, and I'm still trying to rationalize what I had seen. So, I turned my headlights on, and I pointed right in that position. There was absolutely nothing there that could resemble in any way a person. Now, anybody who's a reenactor who has any time on the battlefield will tell you you'll experience stuff. Whether it be acoustic shadow sounds, or apparitions, or feelings, or anything. For me, the turning point which turned me into former Civil War reenactor and full-time paranormal investigator happened in a little town not too terribly far from Shepherdstown, in a place called Unger Store, West Virginia. Go to this house. Now here's the history of the house. The house was built prior to the American Civil War. It was used by the Confederate Army during the Bath-Romney campaigns of late 1861 to early 1862. Stonewall Jackson stayed in the house for 3 days. There is a book that's been written by a man named Sam Watkins, who was part of a Georgia brigade, who actually was part of the Stonewall Brigade and was there and recorded that they had a very warm summer, which led into a nor'easter that hit the last of December and in early January. He also reports that a number of guys froze to death on site because it was so warm, none of their winter provisions was with them. So, fast forward a little further, 1880s, 2 little girls pass away in this house of yellow fever. Go to 1940, a woman, 1943, a woman kills herself in the upstairs after getting the letter from the War Department that said that her husband had been killed overseas. The family would not let anyone go upstairs in this house without them being with them because she's pissed and she will push you down the steps. This is the day that I learned the term ghost hunter. We were told that there is going to be a group of people coming out who are going to look for the ghosts of this house, and they want us to sign a release and everything else and kind of go in the backfield and shoot our guns off, quote unquote, starve the ghosts. Well, they come out. They're doing readings, they're doing pictures. We're thinking, what a crazy bunch of people. They leave, and we thought, well, let's just have a little fun. Let's go back into the house and take a few pictures. Well, we get into the house, take a few pictures in one room, take a few pictures in another room. My buddy goes, spirits. So, spirits, can I take your picture? Holds up his brand new, shiny digital camera. Just as he's about to take a picture, right out of his hand. It wasn't even a little light tap. It hit the fireplace and broke. I think he tried to return it to Kodak and said it was a ghost attack that broke it. I don't think they honored his warranty. So, it was then I said, yep, okay, I think I want to ghost hunt now. I started my team in 2006. This year we are celebrating 10 years of not-for-profit paranormal investigations in Maryland and any other place that might need us. We started as a, to be honest with you, I started it as a group that I thought would be fun to kind of maybe do a little hobby investigations, go to a few cemeteries, check out a few abandoned buildings, and then I started thinking more along the lines of, well, I had 17 years of my life where I'm thinking, okay, there's something wrong with me, because who sees tall, thin, bald guys that shouldn't be in their house? So, very quickly, after meeting some really incredible people, most are still on my team, I decided to turn, instead of just having fun with the field, but actually started helping others. And like I said, for the last 10 years, that's what we've been doing. I want to again thank everybody for coming out. Y'all have a good night, and thanks again.